ain't no stopping us now. I love that song.
Hey folks, welcome to Big V TV. Time now to talk State Youth Champ 1 men and women. Good. It's the first time I've ever got it right. Diamond Valley. It's all about Diamond Valley at the moment.
In the men?
In the men, it's all about Diamond Valley.
Convincing.
2 questions.
Yep.
Will Diamond Valley men lose a game this season?
No.
It's a pretty easy question.
Yep. Thank you. I never get easy ones.
And given the first one's an easy one, the second one's even easier. Will they win the championship?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yep. I think. Have Hawthorn and Melbourne played yet? I'm not sure. I would wonder who would be playing them in the final because they beat Melbourne pretty bad. They beat them really bad.
39 points.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a moment. By the way, this week, for all of our youthies, if you're looking to improve your game, there's no better place than this joint where we are this week.
Yeah.
We're at Andrew Bogut's Basketball Academy, and I'll tell you what, it is an absolutely fine
Carrum Downs.
It is just a wonderful setup.
Yeah, it's beautiful. We've got you got all your weights here if you want to sculpt the guns.
Yeah.
You got upstairs. You got TV and stuff to lounge around a bit.
Plunge
shower, plunge pool, all that stuff. You got this NBA court, NBA rings.
Well, make sure you stay on bigv.com.au because we're going to do a little bit of a tour around here. Different segments. So make sure you have a look at that. Question. I love questions. You talk about hard
I like them more than you.
Diamond Valley Youth Men, sticking with them.
Yep.
I want you to tell me a margin plus or minus on how they would go in the other division. So whether they would win by X amount or lose by X amount.
Yep.
Tough question. And it's a question without notice, so I'll go a little bit easier on you.
That's okay. Yeah.
In fact, I'll go full on. Division 2 men. How would Diamond Valley Youth Men go in Division 2 men? Win or loss?
Can they win?
Margin?
You mean the whole thing?
I'm just saying, against the relatively best teams, like a Horsham, for instance, even though they lost 2 on the weekend, would they beat Horsham?
Yeah, I think they would.
By how much?
15 to 20.
Wow.
Yeah, I reckon they would.
Diamond Valley Youth Men against D1 men. Let's say against Marcus Timmins all by himself at McKinnon.
I think we could probably take them.
By how much?
10 to 15.
And against a state champ men's team, let's say against Eltham, how would they go?
They'd probably get put away by about 20, 25.
Okay, fair enough. Interesting question. Yep. Leaders at the moment in state youth champ 1 men.
We've got the big bounce potentially coming back this season, so you might get to see a
few of them running around.
See them running around against each other. So it'd be a good gauge. It'd be really interesting.
Leaders: Chris Blickavs from Diamond Valley, 21 points a game. Ryan Jones from the Pacers, 14.9 rebounds a game. Very good. Jonesy.
Yeah, Jonesy.
Brenton Charles.
RJ.
Brenton Charles from Ringwood, 5 assists, does he? Lewis Varley from Geelong, 3.6 steals. They're the leaders at the moment.
Oh, well, good on.
7 rounds.
Nice.
Ringwood, 88, defeated Bulleen, 64. Dave Cooper, 17 and 13. Zach Haig, 14 and 13. Ringwood just doing the job.
They're doing the job. You beat Bulleen, good on them. But I think they're doing pretty well considering the personnel changes, as we say. But
at Ringwood,
Brenton Charles, Cooper stepped up this time. But Charles could step up. Could be Max Sutton. Could be Zach Haig.
Knows his players.
Yeah, well, making up for you.
Melbourne 50 went down to Diamond Valley 89. It was a top of the table clash. 39-point margin, 43 to 18 second half. Matt Reynolds 19 points. Joel Bellman 18 points. The thing I like about Diamond Valley, they just share the ball.
They do. It's a team first team, team first team. But would you have thought that Melbourne would have lost by that much?
No.
Heading in?
No.
I would have thought it would have been maybe
10 points. 15 points at the most.
Diamond Valley's
39 points.
They smacked them. Big indicator of where both teams are at, maybe.
Diamond Valley just cooled their heels Saturday night. 39-point win, went home, Couple of softies, cooled their heels.
Oh, they could have had some hard ones and probably still come out on
Rolled
Sunday.
out the next day, thought, you know what, tough weekend, we'll do it all again. Came up against Hume City and they had a 126-60 win. 126-60.
I think I did write this in the preview that they may not really have to worry a whole lot about Sunday's game. They didn't. They won by 66.
Well, let's have a look at some figures here. Diamond Valley shot at 58%.
Yep.
They had 25 assists, 51 to 22 first half, 75 to 38 second half. The Broncos 33 turnovers. I mean, that is as one-sided as you'll ever get.
Yeah, look, Broncos were, batting above their average playing against Diamond Valley, but they did.
I'm going to add to it.
Different club.
7 Eagles
Joel Bellman
in double
against LT.
digits. Yeah, it was against his old team.
Yeah.
7 Eagles in double digits.
Okay.
Matty Johnson had 19 points for the
Well,
Broncos.
that's indicative of what Diamond Valley are all about, as you just said.
Very much so. Bulleen 99 defeated Whittlesea 96. Did you see this one coming?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Tell
I thought
us
it would
why.
be a close one. Whittlesea have come up. They've done pretty well in Youth 1, but Bulleen is starting to play some better basketball. They're starting to believe in themselves a bit more, I think.
How did Benny McElwain go in this game? Pretty good. 26 and 11 for the Boomers. Ben McElwain had a really
wow.
good game. Damien O'Keefe 33 points for the Pacers.
Both breakout games for these guys too.
Yeah, absolutely. Where
Don't you love him? Don't you
I
love
love
him?
him. Hey, Benny's a great player, mate. I love him.
What
Where
do you reckon? He's more of a driver or a jump shooter? What do you
You know what? Benny's got it all. As evidenced by 26 and 11, he's got an all-round game.
love to see his 3-point clip? Or
Werribee 57 went down to Hawthorn 73. 27-11 first quarter for the Magic. 16 points was the final margin, and that was the margin in the first quarter. It was all done and dusted in the first 10 minutes.
probably would have thought that this would have been done by a lot more than that, actually. So fair effort.
Werribee would have been done by a lot more.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they did it right. Nice job.
Did
Jordan
did
Hughes.
our boy Hughesy play in that game?
I don't think he did.
Okay. Sherbrooke's
He was scoring 30 in Div 1, I think.
doing very well. Sherbrooke 78 went down to Eltham 81. Andrew Harmer 20 and 7 for the Suns.
I watched this one.
The Jurgenator 19 and
I
11.
went up the mountain.
James Malvasso 26 for the Wildcats. Tell us all about the game.
Nice facility up there. Have you been to Belgrade?
I've been to Belgrave a few
Belgrade
times.
Heights, second
Haven't
half
been to the
program.
courts. Haven't been to the courts.
Beautiful arena.
Did you hug some trees while you're up there?
No, they were
Bit
all
of green
taken.
tea. Bit of green tea.
They were all taken. They were all being hugged. So I didn't get a chance. Didn't get to slot in,
The
unfortunately.
trees were all taken. They were already being hugged, were they?
But look, Sherbrooke, they had an opportunity to get back into the game. They dug themselves a massive hole.
Right.
Eltham were pretty good down the stretch. Sherbrooke come back, Malvasso bang. Sherbrooke come back, Malvasso bang. So put together 4 quarters.
What happened when
and then come
Sherbrooke came back for the third time?
Malvasso bang.
Oh, right, okay. Waverley 101 defeated Geelong 81. Michael Dow. Now, this is the performance
this is an
of
explosion.
round 7. 40 points and 12 rebounds for Michael Dow at Waverley.
Yep.
Kuani. Is that how we pronounce his name? Kuani.
That's pretty good.
20 and 15 for the Falcons. It probably overtakes Mwimba Maluma as the
Oh,
best
I
name of the
reckon it
business.
does too.
Kuani, 20 and 15. Sorry, Mwimba, you're gone. Michael Dow, tell us about him.
Oh well, look, he's an athletic guard. He can really get up, but it looks like he can fill it up as well. I know he's looking at going to college soon,
Mm-hmm.
but he's been putting some tapes together. This is going to be a
Right up there.
hell of a tape.
Some big point scorers at times too in State Youth Champ 1 men.
Yeah.
Of course, Dow with 40. Zach Haig a couple of weeks ago had 38.
Yes, he did.
So when these boys light up, they light up. Lewis Varley 20 and 10 and Michael Rabula 22 for Geelong. Nathan Lemke 14 and 13 as well. Ladder at the moment. State Youth Champ 1 man. Here we go. Diamond Valley 9 and Zip. No one will come near them.
Diamond Valley, yeah.
Melbourne 8 and 1, 39 points behind the best team in the business. Waverley 8 and 2, Hawthorn 5 and 3, Ringwood 5 and 3, Eltham 4 and 4. That's the top 6. Oh, your hands in his pocket. They're always in his pocket. I wonder what's going on. The production team's just pointing him out. Geelong 3 and 5, Sherbrooke 3 and 5, Whittlesea 2 and 6, Hume City 2 and 7, Bulleen 2 and 8, Werribee 1 and 8. What's going on with the Young Devils?
Well, look, they've come up from
Yeah, okay, go on.
They've come up from Youth 2, mate, and it's a tough gig coming up from a lower division, so they need to pick it up.
I don't want to see those hands after they've been in your pocket, young man. Round 8, Saturday games.
It's warm. It's
Hume
cold.
City and Waverley.
Hume City, Waverley,
Ringwood, Werribee.
Hawks.
Whittlesea, Diamond Valley.
I have to go with the Eagles.
Geelong, Melbourne.
Melbourne, bounce back.
Hawthorn, Sherbrooke. Good game, this one.
Yeah,
Good game.
Hawthorn, unless Sherbrooke can put together 4 quarters.
Bulleen and Eltham on Sunday.
Oh,
Come on.
I'm leaning towards Eltham.
State Youth Champ 1, Women, Hume City 55 went down to Diamond Valley 59. Diamond Valley 23, 8 start. Broncos, very, very close to what would
Just
have
want to
been.
rush over this, don't you?
No, it would
Just
have been
wanna
the
rush
biggest
over
upset
it.
of the season.
It would have been, and it was it was so close. But down the stretch, it was Diamond Valley. Oh, there he goes again.
Tatiana Stefanovic, 26 points
She's
for
good.
the Broncos.
Did
Very
I
good
not
player.
mention her last week?
I don't think
I'm
you
on.
did. I think
you wouldn't have known anyway. You weren't listening.
We spoke about her in the Champ Show as well. 26 points for the Broncos. Nikki Dross, 16 and 13 for Diamond
Yeah.
Valley. We've spoken about Diamond Valley. The wheel has turned. It's probably turned greater than what what we first thought.
Absolutely. I think Nat Carranzoulis has come back from a knee. She's still finding her feet.
Yep.
Kelly Schliebs is pretty well doing it all herself at the moment. They've got a couple of good bigs like Nikki Drost who's putting it together, but yeah, shallower than for themselves. I think Jay Childs is a big loss with them.
Sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Bulleen
Funny
52 went down to Ringwood 78. Jacinta Scott 23 points and 7 rebounds. Ashley Stainer, who's had a very, very good season for the Hawks. Ash Stainer, by the way,
she's good
21 points, and they're up to second on the ladder, looking all right at the moment.
Yeah, no, they're a good team. We saw we had this a bit of a prediction in the pre-season tournament when they were putting together some wins, stringing them together. They're about where I thought they'd be.
Big game coming up for Ringwood this week, by the way. Waverley,
stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Waverley 39 lost to Geelong 55. 21-4 start for Geelong. That was the game. Jess Barnard 14 and 10.
Strange for Waverley.
Why?
Because normally they play good first half and then they run out of puff in the second half. So
Melanie Ionides doing most of the work down there.
She
at the moment,
normally
by
does.
the way.
Yeah, she's. It's a very young team, and she was one of the remaining youthies to stick around, and she's having a good season.
Ladder: Melbourne 6-0, Ringwood 5-2, Diamond Valley 5-2, Bulleen 4-3, Eltham 4-3, Geelong 3-5, Waverley 1-7, Hume City 0-6.
Right. Okay. Melbourne are going to win championship,
Yeah.
and like Diamond Valley and the men,
Yep.
and they won't lose a game.
Okay. In that case, you're going from Melbourne to beat Ringwood this week. Saturday games: Geelong,
you go.
Melbourne,
Melbourne.
Waverley, Hume City.
Oh,
Waverley.
why? Hume City did pretty well against Diamond Valley.
Mate, Waverley's 1-7, Hume City's 0-6. Just go for a team. One
I'm
of them's
going
going
Hume
to
to get their first
win.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Diamond Valley, Eltham. As we always say, Diamond Valley, Eltham. No love lost.
Nope.
Who
Never.
are you going for?
Diamond Valley.
Bulleen, Eltham.
Eltham.
Melbourne, Ringwood. You've already given us the tip.
Melbourne.
Have a happy Mother's Day, everyone. What are you doing for your mum on Sunday, by the way?
I'm in Mildura in the morning, so
Yeah, you're going to give your mum a call, or
yeah, I'll probably give her a bell.
is this what he does? He just
We're
sneaks out
flying to Mildura. How good's that?
You're flying, eh?
Timo's private jet.
He probably has got a private jet as well. I'll tell you what, given the way McKinnon men are going, he's the only bloke that deserves to fly to Mildura. The rest of you should be bloody walking. See you next week.
Ain't no stopping us now.